My name is Leann Kuebelbeck, and I'm going to tell you a story about doubt. So the unique thing, I think, for the equine practitioner is that we are on call all the time. And it's hard, it's exhausting, it's tiring. You get to the point where you sometimes don't think you can do it anymore. So I finally hired somebody, and it drastically changed everything that I did. All of a sudden, I've got free time, which is what I'd wanted, but now I didn't know what to do with it. So I was feeling a bit lost. And I start reading this article about a principal in a school in St. Petersburg. And it was a typical inner city school. There were a lot of problems with school. And this young principal had come in there determined to make a difference and turn the school around. As I'm reading, before long I'm crying. I just felt like I wasn't giving back to society enough. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna help this lady. I'm gonna start, I've got an extra at least 20 hours a week. I'm gonna drive to St. Pete a couple days a week and I'm gonna volunteer and I'm gonna help, because there were some volunteers that had made a huge difference in the school. So I'm thinking, you know what, instead of making a snap decision for once, maybe I should pray about it. I'm going to church, I'm gonna pray about it, I'm gonna think about it. So I go to church, I do pray about it, you know, dear God, is this what I should be doing with my life? What? And so I leave church, I see Linda Jones call, and this client is really much more than a client. It's become like my second mother and the grandmother to my daughter. So I pick up the phone, I listen to the voicemail, and I instantly hear her crying. And I've already cried today, so now I'm stabbed again, and I'm like, oh crap. And it was her heart horse. You know, we all have our heart animals, right? Our heart dog, our heart cat. It's her heart horse, his name is Mick, and she's just crying. She said, Leann, Mick is colicking, he's colicking bad. Well, I quit listening to the voicemail, I call her right back, and I said, Linda, he has to have surgery, you've got to get him over here. She's like, honey, I don't think I can get him on the trailer. And I said, Linda, I can't save him unless you do. So we got him enough sedation, we could get him on the trailer. She hauls him in, and I drive home, throw on my scrubs, and I'm back in doing a Sunday going into work. And I had swore I wasn't going to do that anymore. And you know, the whole feeling of frustration of, you know, this career, I can never get out of it. I can never get away from always having to go and do. And so I'm pissed. So I open him up, start my exploratory, and sure enough, you know, right away I encounter thickened small intestine, doesn't look good. I trace it down, and he's got what we call the gastrosplenic ligament rent. I had to enlarge the hole a little bit to be able to get this bowel out, pull it out, and it's 20 feet, and it's pretty beat up. You know, so then it's decision time. What do? Do you cut this intestine out, or do you leave it in? So I'm talking to Linda, you know, through the intercom system, and I said, Linda, here's what he has. I think that he'll be fine if I leave it in. I mean, he's gonna be very sick in the postoperative period, but it's a judgment call. I said, if we wanna be absolutely certain that this intestine isn't gonna go on and die, I need to cut it out. But there's gonna be a whole host of complications that might come up with that. So if he were mine, I would leave it in. And she goes, honey, I want you to treat him like he's yours. We close him, we get him off the table, he stands up. He was very sick postoperatively for several days, but he ended up ultimately doing fine, and he went home. I'm sitting there and thinking, holy crap, all the times in my life that I've prayed, a lot, and I always want a sign, and I don't get a sign. And this time, here I was asking, you know, should I go and start to volunteer in St. Petersburg? Is that what I should do? Here's the deal, is there no one else would have got me in the OR on that Sunday. No one but Linda Jones. And what are the odds that her horse is going to colic that day and be violent and have to go straight to surgery? It's slim to none. The only person who could have got me in the OR that day did, and I felt like it was a gift. It was a gift of a reminder, yes, that this is what you do. This is what you do, and you do it well, and you should continue to give that forward, and I should continue to train the young veterinarians that come through my practice, and I should continue to try and encourage people to enter the field. You know, there's a lot of negativity, I think, around veterinary medicine at times with the high student loan debt, you know, the hours that we put in, the compassion fatigue, all those things kind of can be a negative energy. But the reality for me is I think this career has been absolutely amazing. It has been the most fulfilling thing I could have ever done. And I go to work every day and I love it.
When he did the colicking, he was overseas.
Yeah.
And so I went and got him, and we brought him over here, and we watched you do your miracle and do your thing and save his life.
There have been times, a lot of times, where I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but it still doesn't stop me from the passion that I have to keep keep going, keep doing. I think veterinary medicine is better than anything. So that's my story. Now I invite you to share your story. What we're trying to create with this project is to continue the sense of community that we all end up feeling when we're at VMX. We get connected, we have that sense of community, and we're trying to continue that year round. So what we'd like you to do is share your story with us. You can email us at spark@navc.com and share your story.